Welcome to Revitalize Hope, the new page for RM Viaging, and I'm Reggie Maddox. And today I want to talk to you about money problems because we all have them. This is something that everybody experiences. Money is something that's pretty much you cannot live without. Just a fact of life. Don't need to have anybody research or Google that. It's just true. If you don't believe me, try going to the movies. Try going to a picture show. Try going to the Golden State Warriors basketball. Try sending your child to the Golden State Warriors basketball camp, with Stephen Curry. That's $2,250, I think, for 4 days. Can you imagine that's somebody's rent, groceries, all the utility bills, and probably a little change left over? So we have to figure out, what are we going to do? How can you put money back in your account? How can you put money back in your household to save money? Well, it's really tough this day and age because a lot of people are going to tell you, well, just cut back. Cut back on your living expenses. Cut back on the luxury living, on the cell phones. Well, the truth is, a lot of people are not really living the luxury lifestyle. And some people are living the bare minimum of life right now. What they're doing is just enough to survive because that's all they have. Their money allows them just enough to have a roof over their head, food on the table, and gas to get to work. That's it. That's their life. So for anyone to tell these people stop living the luxury lifestyle, I don't think they're living the luxury lifestyle. I think it's the fact that, these people are doing what they can to get by. So you're asking them to cut pennies to save a penny, which is hard because that penny is the only thing getting them to the next level, to the next level. That penny is the only thing holding them on for the next month. So I think we need to be really careful when we start telling people stop living the luxury lifestyle. But we're going to see if we can discuss some things that probably will help in this little video. So first, as always, you should always do one of the hardest things that there is to do when you're trying to look at your money problems is first determine how much money do you actually have coming in after taxes, after your paycheck has been taxed to death. How much money do you actually bring in that hits your bank that you have on the table? Then you need to determine, where is that money going? How much is going to your utilities? How much is going to the rent? How much is going to gas? How much is going to child care? Any income that you got going out, you need to figure out where that money is going. Now, you cannot figure out how much you can save until you figure out where the money is going. Because you need to determine what is your income to outgoing expenses ratio. And when I say outgoing expenses, I mean everything: rent, mortgage, utilities, car note, car insurance, gas bill, light bill, power bill, all of that stuff, any medical expenses you may have. How much money are you spending eating out for lunch or grabbing a cup of coffee for breakfast? You need to take it down to the smallest dime to determine where your money is going. Because that's how you're going to determine what you can save or where you can sort of say, okay, this I can cut out. In the morning, I normally stop for breakfast and donut. And believe me, for some people, it really is that serious that they have to look and say, you know what? I can no longer get this $1 cup of coffee and this 75-cent donut. I need that money to put somewhere else for right now. And it's sad that these are the times that we're in. And some people will say, well, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. People are making those decisions every day. You want to know? Go to the gas station and just look at some of the pumps. How some people are putting in $5 and $6 worth of gas. That's it. Because that's all they have. They got to get gas to get them home. Some people are only getting enough gas to get them through the week. And they can only do that because, they need that to get them, because the rest has to go for food or utility bill or something. And this is really tough for people who have children, because when you got kids, you got childcare expenses, you got stuff that the school is going to want you to do. So you have all this stuff being calculated in to where your money is going. And I think a lot of people be really surprised to find out how much money they're actually putting out. They really will be surprised. Once you figure out where your money's going, the next step is to figure out where can you save at. And with the house, sometimes you can actually start with your utility bills. You can look at your power bill. And I know, like for Georgia Power actually shows you the spikes. If you go online and you set up the online account, you can actually see like, oh, okay, in April my power bill was up here, in May it's down here. So you can kind of look at the difference, like, okay, well, in April, we were out of town for 2 weeks. We had guests over, so that's why the bill was so high. So you got to really look at the fact of there are things that you can probably do around the house, shutting lights off, shutting water off, setting the AC for like a certain temperature, or the heat, depending on what time of year it is. Maybe changing the thermostat so it monitors a little better. So when no one's in the house, the heat and AC is off. I know at one point in my house, I had this thermostat that it was basically regulating the temperature in the house, because I would leave the house, say 7 o'clock in the morning. So at 7:15, the heat and AC would simply be off. Then I normally didn't get home till like about 5 o'clock, 5:30, let's say 5:30, 6 o'clock. So around about 4:45, it would pop the heat or AC, depending on the time of the year, back on to start warming or cooling the house down. So when I came in, I was in a nice warm house, but I wasn't using a lot of heat during that time. And the days that I was off work, it just set to run normal throughout the day. So you can look into stuff like that, and that thermostat only costing like about $30. So stuff like that can actually help you save around the house. And also your utility companies normally can have some insight on how you can help save too. So hopefully that'll help. With your vehicle, some people can use public transportation, because you can actually drive to like a train station, park, catch the train to work, catch the train back, get in your car and come home. Well, you'll be saving miles on your car, and you're also saving gas if you're not driving all the way to work, depending on how far your work is from your home. So that can help. Now, I do say drive to the train station if you can, because the trains are normally a little faster than the bus systems. So, but if you don't have to pick up your kids, you don't have anything really, no urgency to get home after work, then you can probably just simply, catch the bus and the train, which is going to add some time to getting home to work. But normally, if you're just using the train, then it's a little bit faster than actually trying to catch the bus, transfer over to the train to get to where you're going. So public transportation is beneficial in some cases, so please make sure you double check everything to validate whether or not your current system is working for you, that you can use that. The other thing you want to do is look at eating out. We all love to eat out. I love to eat out. But the one thing you have to look at is, how much money are you spending eating out? And the second thing you need to look at is tipping. Now, a lot of waiters and waitresses are not going to like this, but it is nice that if you have a good server that you do want to tip, and you want to give them, you want to show them, hey, I'm thankful you gave me great service. But if your financial situation doesn't allow you to tip, $10 or $15, don't do that. Tip what you can. And if you can make it up to them the next time, by all means do it. But if you can only tip 15%, then tip 15%. Because even though I'm sure they appreciate the higher tips, I'm sure your kids or you will appreciate the fact that you have a place to stay next month. So, but look at how much you're eating out. If you're tipping, how much are you tipping? Are you tipping more than you can actually afford? That's the type of stuff you need to look at. You may have to cut back on eating out, maybe eating at home a little more, or cooking at home and taking your lunch with you. I know it takes a little more time because you got to find some time in your day to start prepping your meals. But you can also find too that you may eat healthier when you're cooking at home versus eating out. That's another factor. The other thing about money problems is it can really cause you to physically get stressed. It really can, because you want to find, you need money. And it often seems like if you pick up a part-time job or find some way to subsidize the income you're already getting, you get punished at the end of tax season. And if you're in low income housing, you're trying to pay off your debt so you can move somewhere where you're comfortable and feel better. Well, you get punished by the low income housing side of it because they say, well, yeah, your company pays this, but you're working this job, so you're making more money, so we got to raise your rent. So it kind of defeats the purpose of you making extra money. It's like you're being forced to stay where you are in the same position, which is crazy to me. But you have to find a way, because you have to look at your income. Now, there are some places that do help, that will offer like free credit, free advice for your financial evaluations. But one thing I want to tell you right now that I highly, and I'm telling you this from personal experience, that you should stay away from is Money Mutual. Stay away from Money Mutual. Those are the commercials that I think it's Montel Williams had a talk show. He is like the spokesperson for them. And basically, you can get a loan. They're gonna give you a loan. If you got a bank account, they're gonna give you a loan. They'll give you a loan. But if you if you get a loan from them for $400, okay, you have that money in your bank account. Next morning, there you go. Here it is. The only problem is you will be paying like 500 to 1,000% interest on that money. A $400 loan will cost you almost $1,600, $1,700 to pay back. I was an idiot. Yes, I did it. I thought I was in a difficult time, and I was impatient, and I got $400 for them. And yes, it literally costs you that much to pay back. So you don't want to deal with companies like Money Mutual. You don't want to make rash decisions and end up taking out loans at these high interest places, because it just puts you further and further and further in a hole. I know some people like to use, what's those name of those places? Cash advance money places. Be careful about using those also, because the thing about it is, once you invest your money, once you take that loan, you are in a high interest loan. And that is why some states, it is illegal for those companies to operate a loan. And they have to say that. It is illegal because of the extremely high interest rates. So money can make you get into this panic situation, like I did. You get into this panic mode, feeling like, oh man, I need money. I got to do something. I'm struggling. I'm at my wit's end. It's about to come crumbling down. It's tough. It is tough. The only thing I can say is you're going to have to face it. You're going to have to face the fact that you're in a financial crisis, and you just may have to go back to the drawing boards. I'm not going to sit here and tell lies and make it seem like it's going to be easy. No, it is not going to be easy. But the more you face it, the easier it's going to become. It's just like your credit report. At some point, you got to pull your credit. If you know you have bad credit, and this is nothing derogatory, if you know you have bad credit, at some point you have to pull your credit, look at each line item, and tackle it one by one. And this is what I can do. This is what I can pay off. I mean, because that's just the way it is. And it's the same thing with dealing with your money, with your finances. You just have to look at your finances, see where you are, see where you're spending. And then from there, you'll be able to determine what you can save, what you can cut back on. But I really advise you is be careful and really be mindful that you do not put yourself in a position that you go into this panic mode and just start taking these online loans from these companies that's going to try to rip you off. And I'm telling you right now, like I said, Money Mutual will give you the money. Montel Williams, he's a spokesperson. They'll give you the loan, but you're going to be paying back quadruple what they gave you. Because I'm telling you, $400 cost me $1,700 to pay back. So be careful. Don't fall into that trap. Don't be just swayed by the fact of, yes, we're going to give you this money. We're going to give you this money. That's not the way you want to be, because that's going to, like I said, it's going to put you in a deeper hole. So you need to be really careful. Whenever you got money problems, it's tough. It'll make you feel like, I just want to give up. I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with this. I don't want to do this anymore. But you can do it. You can handle it. It's all up to you. But don't give up. Don't feel like your life is meeting its end. Don't throw anything away. Hang in there. If you got friends and family that can help you, that is great. But if you, like me, or got your little pride, hang in there. Don't throw it away, and don't throw your life away, and don't feel like you have to give up. Okay? It is so important. So don't push that panic button. Don't feel like you got to give up. These problems, everybody in the world face them. There are resources out there that are available to kind of help, and some of them are actually really free. It does take some digging, but feel free to use the resources that are available to you wherever you're located. But one thing I want to ask you is don't give up on life, and don't feel like money is going to take you down a road to where you just become something that you're not. Don't turn to crime. Don't turn to drugs. Alcohol and drugs won't solve anything, because guess what? It takes money to buy alcohol and drugs. So when you're buying those alcohol and drugs, if that thought crosses your mind, just think about this. That's food on the table, a roof over your head, and that's one bill you can possibly pay off. You are too important. Your life is too important, and you matter, because there are people that need you. And I know right now you probably feel like I need somebody for me, but there are still people that need you. And at some point, you're going to save somebody's life because you're here and you stayed around. So don't let your money problems take you down. Fight it. Find a way to save. Find a way to get back on your feet. I'm Reggie Maddox. I hope this revitalized some hope in you. And don't forget to revitalize some hope in somebody else today. I'll see you next time.
Wishing you the best in all you do. Always look for the breeze of love, calm and gentle from above. No, no, no. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Now I know some days you may feel blue, Lord. Trust in your greatness to see you through. Don't look back, it's not the end. Give life your best, and I know you can win. You see, as a friend I'm here for you. You should know that. As a friend I'm here for you. Here I stand with you, wishing you the best in all you do. Always look for the breeze of love, the breeze of love. Here I stand with you, wishing you the best in all you do. Always look for the breeze of love, calm and gentle from above. No, 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 no. Ooh, yeah. Calm and gentle